What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000, back in the place to be with the MMO Hopper First Impression Let's Play series. Today we're taking a look at Trove. Now, as you can plainly see from the video, this is a Minecraft style clone with a little bit of swords and sorcery mixed in with some dungeon grinding to round it all out. But let's just jump right into it. Now, first things first, one of my favorite features of this game is the cornerstone system. So, as you go around the game, one thing that was kind of bothersome in a game like Minecraft, and this might have changed because I haven't played Minecraft in years, but the further you got away from your house in Minecraft, kind of the worse your gameplay experience was, because you'd be hundreds of miles away from your house, but you'd need to do something in your house, and you'd have to run all the way back. Not so in Trove. Anytime you see a little cornerstone signpost, you can actually plop down your house right there. Now, of course, you kind of want to put your house in a safer spot because enemies can walk into it and kind of screw you over. But anywhere there's a little cornerstone, you can actually plop down your house. And here I am. This is my house right here. I can fill up my potions. I can change my hair if I want to. Use my little loot collector, which is kind of like an extraction tool. And use all my crafting benches right here. And if I really want to be safe, I can just build a door if I really wanted to. But as you can see, building is not my strong suit. I know people's OCD is kind of going off right now. I use multiple color blocks. Everything is kind of off center. Look at this. That's a window, by the way. Look, oh, don't even look at my roof. I ran out of freaking blocks. So I just started just throwing grass here. I don't know what this is. It's just a mess. It's just a complete mess. But you know what? I don't really play these games for the kind of crafting element and the creativity aspect of it, because I lack that. I lack it. So my mileage out of games like this will be very, very limited. So keep that in mind if you're taking a look at this game, you're thinking about playing it. You definitely want to have that kind of creativity to be able to build a really cool house, because that's part of the game. But there definitely is loot to be had. So let's go in this little dungeon right here, jump over these spikes like an absolute pro. Some gravestones right here of some other people that weren't as good as jumping as I am. I'll even show off. Look at this. Look at this. Didn't even need to do that, but I did it anyway. All right. There's the Black Knight right there. He is the leader. So we'll go ahead and do a little Kamehameha action on him. And see you later, buddy. Nice knowing you. Give me that loot. And that's Trove. You just saw everything you need to see about Trove for the most part. Go into dungeons, get loot, take a look at the loot, loot it, take a look, loot it, loot it, go outside, go back to your house. Well, obviously you would do a lot more dungeons before you went directly back to your house, but I'm just going to give you a little brief overview of the game here. Where the freak is my door? My door sucks. Alright, and then what you would kind of do here, and I'll just kind of give you an example. This is a pail of popcorn. Yeah, interesting. There's a bat bow, some glasses. Yeah, all kinds of stuff I don't need. I'm not going to go through all of them right here. So I'll do that, and I'll collect all of these items. Now, the really cool thing about this loot collector, not only does it kind of disenchant the gear for you, it also takes all of the styles as well. So every single item that I just threw into that loot collector, I now have the style for it as well. So if I want to kind of change my character's look, I have access to every single one of those weapons that I just disenchanted. So it's actually pretty cool. So let's say, for example, I go to this bow right here. All the bows that I've ever looted, I have all of their looks. So I can really, really customize my character here. Same thing with faces here as well, which I don't have as many. But every single face that I've ever looted and thrown into this loot collector, I now have those as an option to do basically a transmog. So I'll put on this dumb hat, but I really like my dude. Where'd he go? Where's my dude? Where's my dude? I lost my dude. I like having a dude in my head. But anyway, so that's pretty much Trove right there. Build really unique homes, go into dungeons, get loot, and dress up your character. That's pretty much what I've seen so far in Trove. Then, of course, as you level up, you can actually go to harder locations to fight harder creatures, and that's an obvious. That's kind of a given. I did not want to drink a potion, but it has been drunk. There's mounts in this game. There are guild systems. Of course, there's players around, but right now there's only, as you can see from my map, all those little blue heads right there, those are players. So it is kind of an open world in a sense there, where players are just kind of walking all the way around, all around you here. Let's go do one more dungeon. Let's see if we can get something fun there. Double jumps. There's a dungeon right over here, so I don't have to walk too far. There's a guard out here. What's up, guard? Easy. Take the loot. That's probably one of my favorite features, though, man. Just being able to loot everything I want, throw it in a little machine, and always having that look forever. I think all games going forward, as far as like MMOs or games like this, should all have that system. It's just making your character look the way you want them to look is just a paramount feature for me. And I'm really kind of sad that all these free-to-play games are kind of taking that away from us for the most part. Because, you know, obviously looking a certain way is very optional, has no real impact on gameplay, which I would argue me having fun and having a cool character is an impact on my gameplay, but I understand what you guys are saying. But it's kind of sad that most MMOs these days, most of all of the gear that you get nowadays comes out of the cash shop, and that's really kind of unfortunate. You know, there's a lot of fun to be had, and I don't know why I'm going on a tangent on this video because it has absolutely nothing to do with Trove. But Trove's a pretty simple game. I don't really need to talk too much about Trove itself, but it's really kind of sad that now we have free-to-play games and that joy of going into a dungeon and getting a unique bow or a unique helmet or unique shield is kind of gone now for a lot of these newer free-to-play games. And it's replaced with, yeah, you're gonna have this default look, and if you really want to be excited about a new shield, be excited about your Visa card. And that's kind of sucky, but it is what it is. But it does look like what I've seen lately, and this is really, really interesting when it comes to games of all genres. It seems that buy-to-play games and subscription-based games might make a small comeback. It'll never be as big as it used to be, but I think there's a market there of people that just want to just buy the game and not have to deal with it anymore. Like, they don't want to be nickeled and dimed. They don't want to see a patch update where there's 55 different outfits that were released into the game, but none of them were actually released into the game. They were all just released into the cash shop, which I think people are sick and tired of. Why am I talking about that in this video? But anyway, guys, this is Trove. Sorry about the little tangent there. Hope you enjoyed this first impression Let's Play series of Trove. My name is FG3000. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for all things MMO and MOBA. Hey, get out of here. And we'll see you next video. Later.